This is the Artist Entrepreneur Podcast. We are your hosts, Amanda Ritchie, Noah Dock, and me, Kerry Wee. We're three artists brought together by the love of circus and dance. Amanda from the world of Cirque du Soleil as an aerial soloist. Noah, our academic, and me from the commercial dance world. This is one of the greatest jobs in the world, but it comes with uncertainty. Each episode contains insight on how to pursue art-based businesses. We'll have a variety of guests and have lively weekly Discord. Tune in every week to hear our perspectives on the minefield that is the artist's way of life. So number one, I would like to say, there's so many things to say because it has been a while since we've been on here, but my staff over at Lifetime, they're a bunch of awesome women who do Pilates, and she was like, I love Noah. I was like, what? She's like, I don't know why, but YouTube just sends me you guys' reels all the time. And who is this guy? And I love him. And I love you too, by the way, but I love him. And I was like, oh, people are actually seeing these reels?
Aww.
Okay.
I love that.
I know. And so it kind of gave me, I texted Noah and Amanda like a day or so ago. I was like, I think I'm getting some new fresh blood to like do these reels, because as I only lose steam when I feel like people aren't looking, when I feel like they're not getting received. But if they're getting received, I'm happy to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, amen. I love that. I love you personally. I've never met.
Oh, I was going to say I love you. I love you and Amanda. You guys are like my sister.
I also love you.
Okay, so a lot has happened. Listeners, we are now in the second week of December. I believe I've looked at the calendar. I'd hope to get Amanda on here because I kind of wanted this to be our season wrap, but I might do one more with her. Ooh. We'll see, because we are coming to the end of 2025 and Kerry's going to hibernate and not come out for a couple weeks, I think. So, yeah. I would like to quietly quit my entire life soon, but I can't.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen for either of us. I just want to say that your background is so neat for like the first time ever.
What do you mean it's neat? Oh, it's like organized.
I mean, like, it's so organized. Like all the shelves are organized. You got the washing machine and dryer behind you now. Like the background is very neat and tidy.
You have not seen it since we put some time and energy into this room. Hold on. What, Bean? Oh. Okay, I gotta wipe a butt. My goodness.
Can you keep that in?
Well, she can. Yeah, I can keep it in. So,
can you keep that in the video? I gotta go wipe a butt to be in the podcast. I think that's hilarious.
Well, what happens is that she's obviously capable of doing herself, but a lot of times it's not like complete homework. It's not like the homework's done. You know what I'm saying? So I have to like go and check. Okay, so since we started working on it, I'm gonna do this.
Oh, there's the drum set now. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And you see there's paneling back there. There's paneling back there with sound absorption. And there's also sound absorption on the wall that is right in front of me that you can't see. So we have, invested some time into this room because this is the room we use most in the house, apparently.
Right.
Because of our jobs. Okay, so Noah, we both saw it by now. You guys, this is our big review. We had a review of Wicked 1, the first one, in June of this year, which I will put in the show notes. And we wanted to do this. This may or may not be our season finale, and we'll start again in January when we've come up for air.
Come up for air. You mean while I'm drowning?
Drowning in what?
Oh, it's good we haven't like talked in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's not go into Wicked until we do a check-in. Noah, what's your check-in? I need to know all the things.
I've been absolutely slammed.
Yes.
Working my patootie off. This past weekend was the photographer for a dance convention
Mm.
in Monterrey, Mexico.
Oh, what was the name of the convention? Can you say?
Probably. It was called Jump.
Oh yeah, Jump convention. Yeah.
Looks we're gonna see what happens, but they have asked me to come back. I would like to have a conversation with them about, doing some other jobs with them and being involved in some different ways because I think I could be beneficial in other ways as well. But that's like a whole new thing.
Yeah, is this a new gig? When did you get this gig?
This happened literally 2 weeks ago.
Did you apply for this or was this through your relationships?
This is sort of both. It was sort of a relationship application. Remember the Women in Entertainment event that I was a videographer for?
Maybe. I don't know.
I was a videographer. There's a company that they put me up for things occasionally, and they put me up for this in like June, and I forgot about it. And then I got an email in September saying I was shortlisted, and then I forgot about it again. And then I got an email from them on about 2 weeks ago, and they were like, "What are you doing in 2 weeks?"
All right.
I was like, "I'm free." So, it looks like they're looking for somebody who can be there somewhat regularly, which, that's travel like 3-4 days a week, however many weeks I want to do it, which is
Up your speed. What do you like to do?
it's up my speed for sure. But that combined with working an office job 3 days a week, combined with doing cocktails, combined with doing red flags, which we are launching at the end of January, beginning of February now, officially.
Okay.
Because the app is done and fixed and set and ready to go.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Thank
we're
God.
There. We did it.
Congrats.
Live on the app store. No more issues.
Okay.
Ugh.
Oh my God! Did you just push through that like you pushed out like a what is it like a stone out of your urethra or something? What is that called when you have urinary stones? Whatever. Is that what it feels like?
I pushed that thing out of every orifice that I have. So yeah, we got that. We got some cocktail things coming up. So that's what I was just running an errand for. There's a lot going on, and I have not had any free or personal time really in the last couple of weeks, and I will not in the next few weeks. This week is, like I said, I got back Sunday. I've been running errands and doing things yesterday and today. I'm back in the office the next 3 days. Then I have a weekend. I have a normal person weekend, although it's my roommate's birthday, so we're going to celebrate a little bit at some point.
Okay.
And then I fly to Vegas Monday. I'm working in Vegas for 3 days. I'm back in the office for 2 days. I work again over the weekend. I work again, and then I leave for Mammoth, and I'm gone till New Year's, working and running around Mammoth.
What's Vegas?
Vegas is magic. Close-up
magic. So, it really is famine or feast because you plant all those seeds and you're watering the lawn and you're waiting for things to grow. And many times they grow at the same time.
Yeah, and a lot of fucking weeds that you didn't end up, planting in the first place show up too.
Noah, my life. Okay, first of all, listeners, I want you to hear and appreciate and recognize how much Noah must love us because he carved out this hour for us to do this. And he doesn't have the time. I don't really have the time, but it is a priority to me as well to make sure that we finish the season off right and then we get this review going.
Amen.
Mine looks somewhat similar to yours. except one of my elements is the kid. And the
Right.
kid thing at Christmas time is a holy hot situation.
Whole other deal.
Right, because there's Santa, there's Elf on the Shelf, which I refuse to do, but there's a lot of conversation around it. There's all these events that the school does to get the kids motivated to come to school. And guess what? We have to participate.
Of course.
Like trips to Chuck E. Cheese when I didn't plan on it because I didn't read the newsletter, and she's crying because all of her other friends are going, and so we go. And then, this is just money just like flying out of my ass. And then we went to Austin this weekend so I could teach at Sky Candy and see my old friends who are only in town for what is called summer birds, when all the old people go down south for the summer. So my professor, my politics professor and his wife, so we saw them. I taught at Sky Candy, drove back, and then right into the gym. And last week I did more of the gym than I normally would because they were offering me some more classes that like people were out, so I was subbing, and I need the money. So I'm looking at about...
Hard to turn down money.
Hard to turn down money. Same thing. I'm looking at about 14 days of straight work that I'm not having a day. And I wanted to quit before all this happened. Like I had those feels like December 1st.
Yeah. I think that is a very real sort of feeling with, I'm going to say, the feast area.
Yes.
And probably an important conversation that you and I are going to have, I'm going to say, when we come back in January, which is, how do you choose the right things? How do you choose the right opportunities to do when you have them? Because when you don't have them, it's very easy. I'm not going to say it's very easy, but you just pick the thing and you do it. But when you have all these things going on and you're doing them all, at a certain point, you run out of hours in the day, run out of time, you run out of energy, and you got to make a choice. You got to say, okay, I can only do these 2 jobs. I can't do all 4 or 5 or whatever it is. And I think in January, there's a very good to fair chance that you and I are going to have a conversation about which job did you quit, or which job did you leave? Because I think that's a very real thing. I mean, I even said to Alicia, I said, if I loved this dance competition thing, and they were like, are you free every weekend? There's no way I could do that and my office job. And so you got to make a choice. What are you going to do? What's more fun? What's more important? What makes you more money? What's a more useful, productive use of your time? And how do you utilize this? And those are really important, difficult questions that
absolutely,
I think you and I are going to be having.
Okay, she's dying. She's dying because she's like, I haven't talked to Noah in so long, and you're not even letting me. Hold on here.
Hi, Bean.
Hi, Crazy 6'7".
What's up, Bean 8'9"?
You don't call me that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna call you 8'9" from now on.
Hey, don't call me 8'9". I'm not
I'm
fun.
6'7". You're 8'9".
Oh, you're 6'7".
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think you more so than me, because the job that I am in right now, the gym, the question is whether to keep it exactly as it is, or they've already expressed to me that they want me full time. Full time is only 30 hours a week there, and I get health insurance. Yeah. I'm kind of in this place where the health insurance options are, I think that if I go with anything, because I'm changing my policy because it's ridiculous, like it's skyrocketed. So basically I'm paying triple what I was paying for half as good of a product for my health insurance.
Yeah.
And the only way to solve this in the way that it's structured now is to get a full-time job. But I still can't, it's not tenable because this child hasn't even started her activities yet. There's no activities yet.
Yeah.
There's no ballet yet. There's no gymnastics yet. There's like, yeah, for you especially, like, does it just make you like curse the air? Because like, why couldn't some of these things fall and down on your lap at the same time so you could have made different choices? Does it feel like that or no?
I think that, and also like, I think yes, but also like, why couldn't like one of them have come up earlier? Like, why
Yes.
couldn't I have gotten one of them, a year ago? That would have made the last 12 months a totally different. And on that note, I feel like part of this conversation in a sort of finale episode of this season or year is that conversation of, we made New Year's resolutions at the beginning of 2025. You remember what your goals and sort of plans were at the beginning of 2025?
I don't. I don't remember what I said. What did I say?
I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about that I had really wanted to say yes to anything and everything that I possibly could. I think I did some of that. I did not do any of the dance goals that I had set out to do, and I'm sad about that. However, I want to set them again for 2026 to see if I can make them happen, because on the other side of it, I set out a goal to do cocktail events at my house, and I would say I surpassed my goal.
I would agree.
I
would agree.
only wanted to do, my goal was to do 4. I did 6 plus a private event.
Yeah.
My goal was to break even on it. I did, and then I moved forward, and now I've invested some more money and effort into it. So, I think that there's a really interesting thing about this where we need to look at what the goals were, you don't have to remember exactly what they were, but and say, I did those things, I didn't do those things, how am I going to reformat them for next year? And so, like, the way I'm sort of looking at 2026, and I haven't done this yet, is I can't say yes to everything, and I don't want to say yes to everything. That's not the mentality I'm going to go in with. However, I do want to go in with a certain amount of, I didn't do this last year, but I want to do it this year, and I want to make it a priority this year if I can. And there's other pieces. I got weddings out the ass next year. I got
you mean friends that are getting married?
Yeah, I got friends who are getting married in Italy and New York and all over the fucking place. I got to travel. I got to spend a shitload of money. I got to do all this. That changes your priorities and your perspectives and all those things. I mean, I just have to pay for all of this wedding experience.
Yes.
And so that has to be a factor of my goals, and I can't say yes to everything if I'm doing that, But
then you have to take things because you're trying to afford it all.
Yeah. And you know what? There's all the other things that we didn't anticipate. Like this year, I really didn't anticipate my, mental health struggles that I've gone through this year. I'm still dealing with them, and I'm hoping that I can overcome what I need to in 2026. But I also did not anticipate doing my 6-week gout diet workout experience that really changed a lot of perspective and was a huge accomplishment for me. Losing fucking 15 pounds in 6 weeks. It was a huge accomplishment. And I'm in the midst of doing it again because now I know I can do it. And that was something that was not on my 2025 bingo card, right? And I'm so glad that it found its way into my year, and I can apply it into 2026 and into my future. And it felt like an accomplishment. It felt like a New Year's resolution without it being one,
I do. So what happened this year is I had a lot of financial goals, and slowly but surely we are achieving them. We are just on the cusp of achieving them. We are not like deep into achieving them. So it still feels like a little sketch, but we now are owners of 2 homes. One of them has, stable tenants in there for at least 1 year.
Yep. Always good.
And we are now in this house. We are slowly picking out all the things that we want to do. Bean is doing a dance for you behind me.
I love it.
So, it's so interesting because sometimes I wish I was the person that was really good at looking at what I've achieved and like taking a moment to celebrate and like not just moving on to the next thing that's going to stress me out.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently I don't really function like that.
Same.
Because until you brought that up, I was not like, oh my God, I've accomplished so much this year. It's all the things that I haven't yet accomplished. Maybe that is a big driver of my motivation generally. I think maybe that's a good function for it, to motivate me.
I think that's a good thing though. And I also, I'm not a, this about me. I'm not a celebrator. I'm not a,
yeah.
I don't spend a lot of time going, oh, I did so good. That's just that's not my MO. I hate everything.
Well, I mean, it's on to the next. It's like, okay, well, this is the other 10 things that I did not accomplish this year, even though I accomplished these 5 things. One thing that's coming up to me, I guess not surprisingly, because what have I done this year? I've successfully kept this one alive and etc., which is great.
Probably one of the larger accomplishments of existence, for the record.
One of the largest. We bought this house, we renovated it, we are upkeeping the other one, and I got a really a job that I will end up staying in if I can. So right. I'm establishing that. The Arium, I'm still building. It's going well, except for the fact that there's a flood. We'll probably, I'll say this right now, we'll be out of our space for at least 6 months total, because it's already been almost 3 months that we've been out of our space.
Also something that you could never have foreseen.
Also something I couldn't have foreseen, that we would be out of our space and unable to really, really push sales as much as I would like to. I've done really well, moderately well with the retreats, which I didn't see coming 2 years ago. So there's that. So that's all wonderful. What I realized recently is that I need to create very strong boundaries around my artistic time because it is shrinking.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like just eating away at the corners because it is the one thing that can give, and I'm not necessarily going to lose a tangible dollar amount. But if I don't have that time, you know what I'm saying? Do you feel that way? Do you feel that way about your stuff?
I do. I think it's the thought that I've had on the dance piece, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't able to accomplish that this year. And I had a goal, and I set the goal and I didn't reach the goal, and that pisses me the fuck off. But
can you reverse engineer it to the amount of time you spent on trying to get those gigs or jobs or projects going? Is it just that the focus wasn't there because you had to eat and that came first?
If I'm perfectly honest, I think it was a combination of I need to eat and the mental health stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the mental health thing really took a toll this year.
Yeah. How does that make you feel? Do you feel like, okay, is it okay because it is what it is, or does it really make you bummed out? Like, does it make you really sad that you had to go through that? You're still going through it.
Oh, it sucks. There's no way around it. It sucks. I think that it's just, trying to it's one day at a time.
Yes.
It's so hard when you're planners and big picture thinkers like us, and you got to do it one day at a time.
Well, let's look at my week. I took extra hours at the gym because I need the money, and there's holiday things going on. There's got to get this Secret Santa present because this party that I'm going to for work needs to happen. Bean has a bunch of spirit days. I need to coordinate with one of my students to...
Did you say secret parents?
No, not secret presents for you, Bean. Hush. Go. You already have secret presents. They're all in the closet or in somewhere else in the world. So there's all this holiday stuff going that takes up my mental load. And then like today, for example, I was at the gym. I dropped her off. I was at the gym. Dropped her off at 7:45, was at the gym by 8:30. I called American Express because I've been trying to call and fix my credit card stuff. There's like fraud on my card. I've been trying to fix this. I think I've called them 3 times and not had the time to stay on the phone with them because they take forever. Going to the gym. I'm there from 9 to 2. I come home. I shove food in my face. I go pick her up. Barely make it for this. I have a client in 1 hour from now. That's it. There's no like,
no thinking.
There's no wiggle. Yeah. And I'm not saying I am not saying that I would rather it the other way. We've done that. You and I like.
Yeah. Well,
we've done that.
The thing about the no wiggle is when you then have wiggle, someone's late or you want to make everybody happy, right?
Yeah.
You want to make everybody, feel good, and you want to accomplish all the things, and you want to be there. But, yeah, I was going through that with the office job, but
yeah,
I applied the age-old concept, not my monkeys.
Okay, I like it. Bean, stop making noise, please. I mean, if we needed to rename this podcast, it would be something along the lines of this theme, because literally we will go on forever pushing and pulling on this thread.
Yeah,
on this.
I agree.
Literally, because it's like, it's really hard to have it both ways at the same time. How? Like, until you are making passive income from one of these sources.
Right. Yeah.
That's
the passive income is the necessity.
Is the necessity. Here's another thing that came up. So one of my friends reached out to me, and she's wanting to create an online course for wedding planning, because that's what she does. And I was in the market for that about 8 years ago. And I put I have my online courses on my website, et cetera. And I've been thinking about in January, what I need to do is re-software out the whole thing. Cause it's like the software is now older. The technology's come a long way. So I need to restructure the whole thing. But the course that I took to learn how to do all that was about $1,000. Like, actually it was $999. Yeah. She's looking at courses that are available right now. Dude, they're $9,000.
Yeah, of course. No surprise.
That is a 800% increase.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand what is happening. Maybe there's other ones out there that are less, but she's, I guess she'll let me know. But things are going forward in that inflationary way very, very fast. And things are moving quickly. So if you have a product like mine on the market, I need to spend time modernizing it a little bit. Maybe not the technique that I teach on there, but the ways in which people receive it and view it and host it and blah, blah. So that's on my list. I have we're talking about lists. I have here's my day list, here's my week list, and here's my I got to get this shit done at some point list. And that list is heavy to me.
Yeah. I made a Monday.com board for my life.
Oh, is that
it's like Excel
heavy?
On crack.
Is it heavy on you or no? Or do you like that it's all in front of you so that you can see it?
I so far am really enjoying it, actually. I'm shocked. I thought it was an idea that I had during therapy, and I said to my therapist, is this only something a psychotic person would do? And he said, no, I think it's a great idea. And I was like, you're just saying that. I know you're just saying. But I think it's been actually very beneficial, and it's been interesting. I don't think, like all Monday boards, I feel like I haven't figured out my system the way that it can be the most productive yet, but I'm working on it.
So does it line it up so that you can chip at it with like mini lists under bigger lists?
Yes, which I don't always love, but
okay.
I'm working on it, and I think I can get it to be pretty perfect.
Yeah. So, well, that list until into the first 6 months of next year. So basically, I am on Zooms with my clients because now I have a clientele who have gone on retreats with me, and I want to make sure they come again. So I am trying to design the retreats around their needs, interests, wants. I'm looking at this situation in Miami where there's aerial off a boat, but it's a 4-hour to 1 day excursion. I don't know, Bean. I'm not.
But Miami's too far from us.
I'm sorry, Bean. Listen, I don't know if I'm going to Mexico.
60 hours
No, it's not 60 hours. It's not that far, Bean. It's okay. Miami's closer than Mexico.
True.
Miami is closer than Mexico, Bean.
Depending on where.
Okay, you gotta let me do this, Bean.
Miami's close to Big Bull Landing.
No, that's in Europe. She is learning geography, by the way. So, and there's 2 in Europe that I'm looking at. I thought I was going to go back to Casachango, but my students want to go elsewhere in the world, which I understand. Basically, there's so many tabs open on the different things. And when I'm having a week like this, where I have to pay attention to the task at hand, which is be at the gym from whatever time to whatever time, and not to say that I feel like it's not a waste of time. I need to put the time in there. The people who have been there for a lot longer, they're sailing a little bit. I need to get to that point.
Yeah.
It's also the low time for fitness. So it's like you work a little harder and then it starts to flow in January, February.
Yeah, I mean, you're about to go into this
high season.
The fact that you're doing all the prep work now for the high season.
Yeah.
Which I'm working in a mental health tech company. Like, we're doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah, because you got to do the work to be the basket that can catch all the work that comes. So, but as a theoretical thing, I love the idea of me being at this gym all day while during the day while she's and then go to the aerial studio. It's just like doing it. It sounds great.
Doing that and getting passive income from real estate.
It sounds so good. And then the reality of it is so tiring. I'll give you a poo story. Would you like to hear it? So before we get into Wicked. So yes. I shouldn't have said that before because you know what's coming now.
About poo.
Okay, listen. So we had the whole weekend in Austin. I flew back. We drove back so tired on Monday morning. I just had to do 2 classes and there's an hour between 2 classes. And I was like, fuck this. I want a coffee. I don't drink coffee, dude.
I don't drink coffee either. I had it this weekend. I feel you.
I had it, and it was the most glorious half an hour of my life. It took about 7 hours for it to get into the system. Woo! That explosion. 6:30 p.m. last night.
So good.
It was, I could go get a colonoscopy today. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
I'd be prepped for it.
You're living my dream.
Oh, it won't go? It's the opposite?
Well, because I'm on this gout diet again.
Mommy, look.
So
meaning you want to have the coffee.
I want to have the coffee, and I want to take a massive shit.
Hold on. What?
Pink side. And
I love it. You cannot do this right now. You have to go over there and do it by yourself, and I'll see it at the end when you're done. So you're constipated.
Well, yeah, when you're eating no oil, no sugar, it's like, it's all protein and, fruits and, you shit like a rabbit. It's pellets.
Well, I have IBS-D plus C, so I have both. IBS, like diarrhea and constipation. I know. You guys, this is so good. I know. So
we're talking about shit before we talk about the other shit.
Stop talking about, or else I'm gonna poop on on the podcast.
Okay, so the thing is that I wasn't done with work. I had to go teach a class at 8:15 last night. So I took a shower and I was like, I think I'm good. I laid on the floor for a little bit and I went and taught my class, which was actually pretty full last night. So I mean, this is my experience. Every space I go into, I want more of it. And I think that is I want to count my blessings, and I don't want to dismiss that because I'm lucky in this world. Not everybody loves all the jobs that they walk into. I get that. But it's like too tight. It's like I paid the price this morning for staying at the studio too long last night because people were talking. And then I get home and then I don't have as much time to make her lunch and pack it and get myself to bed. And this morning, rough. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. There's a price to be paid for all of this.
for all of it, for every decision that we make, apparently.
Yeah. It's really excessive. I've been paying heavily for the last couple of weeks. All right. Let's
Yes.
talk about Wicked.
Okay. So now here are the two perspectives that I've heard a lot about. And I think that a lot of the difference comes because of this. If you are a person who has never seen the story, you're in one category, kind of. If you are a person who saw the Broadway show but didn't read the book, if you're a person who read the book and not the Broadway show, there are different perspectives coming. Noah, I am ready for you. I have been waiting with bated breath to find out what you thought about this movie because it could go either way.
Okay. So before I start this, I want to say that if you are a diehard Wicked fan, and if anybody says anything bad about Wicked, regardless, you should enjoy the episode that you heard already, and you should leave.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Because I don't want you. I want you to continue to love me. Okay, I want you to continue to enjoy and continue to listen to this podcast and not, have
Hold a grudge.
any grudges towards
Okay,
me,
yeah.
Kerry, or anyone else.
Well, he texted me and I felt the vibes. I was like, I don't think it's a thumbs up from
Right.
Noah, but let's find out why.
So this is your moment to leave before you're offended.
Okay.
Okay, so I've thought out long and hard about how to have this conversation. So I'm gonna strip it down to I separated it into three things. Okay. And I'm gonna start with the first, which is as simple as we can get. Okay. An objective stance of this movie. This nothing to do with Wicked. Okay, let's just look at this objectively as a movie. Objectively, it was a terrible movie. Okay? And I don't think there's anything anyone can say to back up the opposite. Let's look at just the production and what was going on. First of all, the CGI was arguably better in the second movie. Arguably better. However, they still coded every fucking scene in some level of CGI that was not great and was unnecessary. 2, the directing was bad. I'm sorry. I know you all love this director. I know, but it was objectively bad. Okay.
Okay. Give me some examples of why you think John Chu
Great.
did not do a great job at this.
Glinda's main song. Why the fuck are we doing 8 mirror tricks back to back to back? What are we doing this? What are we doing? There's no reason to do this. No reason. Number 1. Number 2, random lens flares in the forest. Why? Why is there a random lens flare in the middle of the forest during this movie? There's no reason for it. There's no logic for it. It's sloppy. It's bad. The lighting, dark, strange choices. Don't understand what's going on. The dialogue. Oh, come on, guys. I'm feeling a bit wicked. The shot of them over the bed floating before the quote unquote sex scene. Come on. These are things that are just objectively bad choices. Objectively basic, objectively poor decisions. And the randomness of the camera work and the direction was just, I felt like I was watching a senior thesis director piece where they had learned a bunch of skills in college and they wanted to utilize all of them. And I just, objectively bad. I don't think there's anything anybody can say to prove the opposite, because when you use those techniques, when you use those skills in film, there's a consistency about it. There's a theme. All art works on those themes and those consistencies and that storytelling. There's a reason why all of the Star Treks, J.J. Abrams uses fucking lens flare after lens flare after lens flare. That is a thing. It is a stylistic choice. But when you choose 12 different stylistic choices to throw into 10-minute segments of a 3-hour movie, there's no consistency. There's just randomness. Okay.
Okay, can I interject for a second?
Yes.
Might it be, okay, I don't know if I can make this argument for it because I don't think you're going to see it this way. But might this not be objective? Might this be subjective and it's just Noah's opinion versus my opinion is fact?
No. No, because if it was my opinion, I would say I didn't like it. If it was my opinion...
Oh, hold on. What is it? What would you like to say to Noah?
No, I told you. You should say it, so you say it.
But what was it? I forget what you're saying. Oh, she wants to know why you don't have a squishy baby at home.
I do. He's over there. Hold on.
Oh, he means his puppy.
I have a squishy baby. He's right there.
Oh, it's beautiful out there in LA right now.
There's my squishy baby.
You betrayed me, Mommy.
Oh, I betrayed you by moving you to Texas? Oh, my goodness. You can blame your papa on that.
Mommy.
Okay, so...
Mommy, I told you.
So, do I think it's my opinion? No, I don't think it's my opinion, because I think if you look at cinematography, if you look at filmmaking, if you look at the way that things are produced, art in general, they don't do things like that. When you watch a really good movie, a well-produced movie, I mean, you see these things and you go, what? You can watch a bad movie that's well produced and go, fuck, that was terrible. Like I did not enjoy it, but man, was it great.
Here is a perspective, and I want you to consider this perspective.
Hit me.
I was so enthralled by the vocals and by the story that I had not yet had the luxury of finding out that all the stuff you're talking about, I did not notice.
And that's why I bring up there are people who love Wicked and I love Wicked. You are gonna love it no matter what. I can listen. Fallout was my favorite video game growing up. Okay,
Mm-hmm. And you have a jacket to match.
And I have a jacket to match it. And the TV show that Amazon made, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, even if it was terrible, which I don't think it's terrible,
You would still watch it.
I would still watch it and I would still enjoy it to a certain extent. Right?
Okay.
Because I love it. I love it. It's a thing that I love. And, I don't want to say they could do no wrong, but, I would love it. Right? So that's what I would say.
Okay. I want to offer the thought that I only know very well, personally, a couple people who are more cocky with their opinions than I am, and Noah is in that category. So the whole my opinion is fact. Do you listen to Dave Chang? He's a podcaster. He's a celebrity chef. He has this whole segment called My Opinion is Fact because he is so dead. Like he's like, no, this is what I think is right. So you're in this category, but there's a certain amazingness about that. I have some of this too.
But I try to be objective about it. I try to be objective and say, like, you know, and I get it. Like, I'm trying, and now I'm going to get into I'm going to get more into the my opinion is fact side of it. Okay.
Okay, got it. Because I want to talk about story, because basically, even if you've seen Broadway show and even if you've read the book, it's just not the same.
Right.
Which is what I found out.
So, and I only have 10 more minutes, so I have to be sort of active about it. But
okay,
here's my section 2.
Okay, got it.
Objectively understood opinions. Okay. I think most, if not all, Wicked fans can agree that the second half of the play is not as good as the first half.
People say that, yes.
I think that most, even diehard, like, I will die on this hill, right? People, that Wicked is the greatest thing since sliced bread, will agree that the second half is not as good as the first half because the music isn't as good, the story is a little convoluted, and it's not as captivating. However, I think that they made some mistakes.
Okay.
And I think that what was really unfortunate, and this is part of the objective piece of it, is that there were some 10 out of 10 magnificent moments in this movie. The problem is that everything that wasn't a 10 out of 10 was like a 1 out of 10.
Okay.
And there was no in between. And I'm going to give you 2 10 out of 10 moments. The trio wizard song, I forget what it's called, where it's the 3 of them in the wizard's main area, and the multicolored and the dancing and the all that, and that song. You know what I'm talking about? With Glinda and Elphaba and the wizard. I forget what the song is called.
No, I can't remember. My favorite song in the second half is I've Changed, that the one that they sang to each other.
Sure.
Yeah.
The wonderful, I think it's the Wonderful Wizard song, whatever it is, was so fucking great. It was directed well. It was colored well. It was shot well. It was fucking great. The moment between Glinda and Elphaba when they had their fight in Munchkinland, phenomenal, fantastic. There was character, there was light, there was fun, it was so good. I would make an argument that when she arrives at the castle and all the monkeys are setting up the castle and the fire, and she's standing, and it's a big moment. Also, great, wonderful, fantastic moment. I'm going to give you some not fantastic moments now.
Okay.
The skateboarding kickflip of the broom off of the yellow brick road at the beginning of the movie. What the fuck was that? The Snow White and the animals in the forest moment, where she's singing to all the animals like she's Snow White, was weird and cringy. Are
you going to say something about her sweater in the bedroom scene?
No, the whole bedroom scene was terrible. There's no redeeming qualities about that entire scene. Those things were bad. Those things, in my opinion, were bad. The other side of it is the second half is not as good as the first half, and what I walked away from and what disappointed me the most about this movie was I felt like I walked away from the first movie, even if I didn't love it, even if I had problems with it, I felt like it was a standalone movie. And I was very impressed and excited for the idea that it was a standalone movie. And what bugged the shit out of me
was it didn't feel like that to you.
Was that when I walked out of this movie, I went back to my opinion that this should never have been 2 movies. And they could have, and they had the opportunity to make this a standalone movie. And the way that they could have done it, in my opinion, is they needed to not tell the Wizard of Oz storyline to go fuck itself. They needed to lean in to the Wizard of Oz storyline. They needed to engage with Dorothy more. They needed to engage with it because one of the things about Wicked is that it's fan fiction. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. There are some things that are like, really? What? I don't know about that. But if they had done a little bit more time and overlap into engaging with both stories, it could have been a standalone film. And because they didn't, because they, in my opinion, they really threw Dorothy, they threw the Wizard of Oz to the side. And they were like, we do not want to address it. Now, there are some other things. There are some other reasons, some rights issues and things like that. But I think if they'd spent a little less money on some special effects and a little more money bribing MGM to let them use all the things that they wanted to use, they could have done it. They really brushed that whole thing aside. And I think there could have been some really beautiful moments. I mean, and I'm gonna use one that I think could have been great. Okay. There's a really beautiful moment in The Wizard of Oz that is a classic visual of Dorothy in the tornado, seeing her neighbor on the bicycle, and then seeing the witch. Wouldn't it have been a wonderfully amazing thing to experience that moment from Wizard of Oz again and to see it as Elphaba trying to go stop the house from landing on her sister?
Yeah, you're right about that.
Oh my God, that would have been heart-wrenching. It would have been amazing. It would have been so fantastic. But we didn't get it. We got her and Fiyero floating above a fucking bed.
You guys, he's really passionate. I feel like it comes through. Listen, you saw the Broadway show. Are you a Broadway show purist? Like if it had gone like really off the track of that, do you think you would have been like, I hate this?
No, I think they went off the track in good ways in the first one. And I think that's one of the important differences between film and theater is you have to understand that a theater show cannot be a movie and a movie cannot be a theater show. There are discrepancies and differences between the two, and you have to take the opportunity. And I said this when we talked about the first Wicked. Sweeney Todd is the perfect example. The movie is not the show, and the show is not the movie. They stand alone. And I'm just, I'm so disappointed from an objective standpoint. I'm disappointed, but also from I think they had a real opportunity to make a standalone second half that people could really get behind. And they didn't because they didn't want to talk about the Wizard of Oz, because they didn't want to make it about the Wizard of Oz, and they just wanted to make it about Glinda and Elphaba. And, I think that's a mistake. I think it's a mistake to throw out the source material.
I mean, it is a very strong choice.
Yeah,
it's a very strong choice what they did there.
I think it's a mistake to throw out the source material of something that is so culturally important and relevant and to this story. And I think that's a huge detriment.
And then last question, because I know you have to go. Did it bother you that because it's different in each of the ones, right? Different in the book and the film, whatever, that she doesn't know that Elphaba's alive.
No, that doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother you.
Doesn't
A
bother
lot of
me at
people online, that bothers people a lot. Okay,
but
Noah.
but that's a narrative. That's a narrative thing, and I again, as part of what I think is my objective stance is, I try not to get too involved in the narrative issues. Like I don't think I necessarily need to weigh in on narrative.
It's the execution for you.
It's the execution for me, and I thought the execution was poor.
Well, Noah, we waited, and even if we may or may not like what you say, you bring so much passion to it, we'll take it.
I'm ready for the hate mail. Send it my way.
I don't think it's going to come. Maybe they'll just do it in their car while they're listening.
Yeah.
Noah, okay, so I'm sure we'll text, but for the audience, we will see you guys in January at some point when we come up for air. Have a wonderful holiday. Noah, please survive the next couple weeks.
You too. I'll text you. We'll chat. I'm not worried.
Look, 6, 7.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Is it going to turn into 7, 8 at some point? I'm just wondering.
8, 9.
8, 9. Okay, Noah, have a wonderful day.
Love
Bye.
ya. See you later.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find Amanda Ritchie at Grounded in Flight on Instagram and at Noah Doc on Instagram, as well as Red Flags app. And me, Kerry Wee, you can find at wrapyourheadaroundsilks.com. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. We have so much more coming at you, including guests that are in this art world, that are blazing their way through new businesses, and just more banter from us. Thank you for listening. This is The Artist Entrepreneur.